Recovered. Transmission number 3. The echoing room. Static in the silence. If you're hearing this, the silence has already been interrupted. This recording was recovered from a device that was not listed in the archive. No label. No file name. No context. The only thing we know for certain is that it was created after the first 2 transmissions were discovered. The file's timestamp does not match any known system time. It's as if the clock was overwritten. The audio begins with a door opening. Not a creak, not a slam. A slow, deliberate opening, like someone trying not to make noise. The sound of the door is followed by a faint echo, not the kind you get in a hallway. This echo feels wrong, like it's bouncing off a surface that doesn't exist. Then a voice speaks. It's a voice we recognize. Not the narrator from transmission number 1. Not the narrator from transmission number 2. This voice is the same one that ended transmission number 2. The voice is calm, almost gentle. Good. You listened. The static rises like a breath. The voice continues. You found the mark. You looked. You listened. Now you belong to the silence. The voice changes. It becomes distorted like a recording played through a broken speaker. The words are clear, but the tone is wrong, as if filtered through something. Then the voice changes again. It becomes the narrator from transmission number 1. I didn't mean to. The voice is strained, tired, like someone who has been awake too long. The room sounds different now. Not a recording room, not an apartment. Something larger, something empty, something with walls that swallow sound. The narrator continues. I don't know how much time has passed. The recorder keeps running, but I don't feel time anymore. I don't feel anything anymore. Just the pressure. There is a long silence. Then a faint sound of footsteps, slow, controlled, like someone walking in water. The narrator speaks again, weaker now. I thought it was only in the recordings. I thought it was only in the silence. But it's in the spaces between rooms, in the places where sound should be, in the places where you can't quite remember what you heard. The narrator pauses. The breathing becomes heavier. I tried to leave. I tried to escape the silence. I tried to go somewhere loud, somewhere full of noise. But the silence followed me. It wasn't in the walls, it was in the air. It was in my thoughts. It was in my voice. The static shifts. The voice becomes clearer. I think it's using the recordings. I think it's using the people who listen. I think it's using the act of being heard to spread. A faint sound of tapping begins. A steady rhythm. A pattern. The narrator continues. I found this room because of the sound. Not because of a door. Not because of a building. Because of the echo. The tapping becomes more deliberate. The pattern is constant, almost like a heartbeat. The echo is different here. It's not just the sound bouncing back. It's the sound coming back with an answer. The narrator's voice becomes urgent. I followed the pattern. I followed the tapping. It led me here. The room seems to change. The echo becomes stronger. The silence becomes heavier. The static rises until it feels like it's pressing against the microphone. I'm in a room that doesn't belong to the building. I'm in a room that shouldn't exist. The walls are too perfect. The air is too still. The sound is wrong. The narrator takes a breath. I think the silence made it. There is a long pause. The static continues. Then the narrator speaks again, quieter. I think it's a space where sound goes to die. The voice becomes softer. I can hear it now. Not the static, not the silence. A voice. In the echo. It's not mine. It's not yours. It's the sound of something learning how to speak. The narrator swallows. It's repeating us. The tapping becomes faster, more insistent. The narrator whispers, I tried to record it. I tried to capture the echo. But every time I play it back, the echo is missing. The recording is silent, like the sound was never there. The static shifts again. I think it's hiding. The narrator's voice rises slightly, or it's waiting. A sudden sharp noise rings out, like a hand hitting the microphone. The sound is loud enough to cause distortion. The narrator gasps. I'm not alone. The voice changes again. The calm voice from transmission 2 returns. Do not fear the silence. The narrator's voice returns, but weaker. I didn't mean to. The calm voice speaks again, closer now, as if inside the room. You are here now. You are listening. That is enough. The narrator tries to speak, but the words are swallowed by the static. The calm voice continues. Say something. Make a sound. Let the silence have you. The narrator whispers, I can't. The calm voice responds, you already did. A moment of silence. Then from the echo, a voice answers. Not the narrator, not the calm voice. Something else. A voice that sounds like the narrator, but older, more broken. A voice that sounds like the silence itself. You are not alone. The static grows louder. The recording begins to distort. The narrator speaks again, barely audible. I think it's in the room with me. The recording continues, but the audio becomes unclear. Not static, not silence. Something else. It sounds like a chorus of whispers, layered over each other. Not words, not language, just sound. The narrator's voice returns, strained and distant. I think it's using my voice now. I think it's using the act of speaking as a doorway. The whispering grows louder, now coming from all directions at once. The narrator continues, trying to stay calm. I can hear other voices in the echo. Not just mine. Not just the calm voice. Other voices. People I don't know. People I've never met. The whispering becomes clearer. For a moment, a phrase stands out. Listen. The narrator's breathing becomes rapid. It's not just listening to me. It's listening to everyone. It's learning what we sound like when we're afraid. It's learning what we sound like when we're calm. It's learning what we sound like when we think no one is listening. The voice becomes quieter. It's learning how to be human. The whispering grows louder again, and this time the voice from transmission number 1 returns, but it's more distorted. I didn't mean to. The whispering responds not with words, but with the feeling of being watched. Then abruptly the tapping returns, faster, louder. The pattern becomes urgent. The narrator speaks quickly now. It's trying to get me to follow the sound. It's trying to pull me deeper into the echo. The tapping continues. The echo answers with a sound that resembles a door closing. The narrator's voice becomes shaky. I can feel the room changing. The walls are moving. The echo is changing shape. It's like the room is breathing. The calm voice returns, almost soothing. Do not fight it. The silence is not your enemy. It is a place. It is a home. The narrator whispers, I don't want a home. The calm voice responds, you already have one. The recording distorts heavily. The whispering becomes a roar. The sound of a door closing echoes loudly, followed by a deep silence that feels like it fills the entire room. Then in the silence, a voice speaks clearly. Not the narrator, not the calm voice. A new voice. A voice that sounds like it's been waiting. Welcome. The audio cuts off. End of recovered transmission. The voice is calmer now, almost gentle. Good, you listened. There is a pause, the static rises, the voice continues. You found the mark. You looked. You listened. Now you belong to the silence. The speaker speaks again, but this time it's not the same person speaking. The voice sounds like a recording played through a broken speaker. The words are clear, but the tone is wrong. Like the voice is being filtered through something. Then the voice changes. It becomes the narrator from transmission number 1. I didn't mean to. The voice is strained, tired, like someone who has been awake for too long. The room sounds different now. Not a recording room, not an apartment. Something larger, something empty, something with walls that swallow sound. The narrator speaks again. I don't know how much time has passed. The recorder keeps running, but I don't feel time anymore. I don't feel anything anymore, just the pressure. There is a long silence.